How you guys doing? Yes, we're here on Age of Empires Mobile because we absolutely love this game, as you guys do. And today we're going to be talking about one of my top 3 favorite matches in Age of Empires Mobile, because a lot of you guys have been asking about formation videos and obviously future heroes coming to the game. So I thought, why not knock, two birds out with one stone and kind of discuss about future matches that you can be running in this game. And on screen, we've got Yodit here with Triviana and Miyamoto. One super hyped match that people are looking forward to, especially that if you don't have Miyamoto, you can actually run Mehmed II here, which it is through the Legendary Advent. So really interesting. I think you're able to get this hero through that. And that's not today's video, though. That is what we're not talking about. I know you guys are so hyped about that, and maybe this might reach my top 3, but the one match I really want to talk about today is going to be the Marshal Pikemen. This is arguably in my top 3 matches that I think is going to be game-changing for Age of Empires Mobile. And I know a fellow content creator, big shout out to Sagame, has said himself that he thinks the Marshal Pikemen class, like this whole formation, is being really underappreciated and really underestimated. And I completely 1000% agree with him. And today I'm going to try and sell you guys this match. And why I'm going to try and sell you this match is because it is so powerful and it's a one of a kind match currently in Age of Empires Mobile. There is no match that is going to do what this does better for any scenario, right? So with that, let's dive in. Let's explain the Ram Khamhaeng, the man, Octavian, and Bushra Marshal Pikemen whole match. So first things first, we've got to understand what each of these heroes want to do at a basic level before we dive in. So Ram Khamhaeng is going to be our main hero, and the main reason this powerful match exists because he is a super AoE buffer for everyone. Yes, you heard correct. And for that, we need some good support to make sure we either don't die or obviously survive in the open field. And we've got Octavian to do the damage bit part of a support, because he's going to deal some good damage, which we will explain in a second, but he's actually increased our troop damage for our march, which is very, very powerful. And then we have Bushra, which is going to recover units and obviously disarm enemies for us, which does give us that 3-second advantage in certain tempo swings if you're in a 1v1, and it's going to allow you to just out-survive trades. And this basically is the whole formation, right? You got the buffer, you got the damage dealer, which is Octavian, you got the big support recovery at the back. And the way this match works is quite all sophisticated around Ram. It is all about Ram, trying to keep Ram alive and boost Ram up, so when it is his turn, he's basically dealing as much damage on the trade against their opponents so they don't kill him. I'm going to be honest, that's the best way of explaining it, because you want that Ram to be at maximum firepower. And when we look at his actual skill, this is the war skill on the open field. So you got to remember, as the primary commander, you get access to the first skill, right? This is where you can auto-activate this as your ultimate ability, or you can choose to, click it at your leisure, right? It's up to you how you use it. When you look at this skill, this makes up to 3 troops of yours or your allies nearby enter the relaxation state. This increases their damage output, and for 6 seconds, this basically ends and gives them a recovery rate for that damage taken period, which is crazy. So what this skill does is, for argument's sake, if I am using my Mulan and I am next to Ram, Ram buffs my Mulan, increasing my damage output for 6 seconds. In that 6 seconds, whatever damage I am gonna be taking, he's gonna actually heal back some of it. So instead of taking, 100% of the damage, I'm only gonna be taking maybe 60% of the damage or 70% of the damage, right? And you can see why that is a very powerful ability on its own. And that's what you can activate on you or potentially your allies' troops, right? And this is their war skill. So you can see how powerful that alone is on the open field, that the fact you're buffing and making other matches survive. That means Ram Khamhaeng here Doesn't even need to be a T7 match, right? This could technically be a T5, T6 match on the field, and if it was, it could buff other players, other stronger T7 players, and if it's doing that, you're contributing to the war, and that actual small bit of effort you've put in makes a massive impact in the larger scale of the fight. Because when we go to his next skill, this is where Ram Khamhaeng is just outmatching any support-based heroes when it comes to open field combat. Every 6 seconds, he reduces his troops' damage taken for 3 seconds. So what this one line basically says, every 6 seconds, you trigger for 3 seconds. You've got this, and then you win most likely 3 seconds, and then it's done again. And then you go again. And you're going again. So you're not really having a super low downtime on this. This actually has a really high uptime when it comes to a signature skill all about damage reduction. And that's what Ram Khamhaeng wants. He doesn't want to take any damage so he can keep buffing as many people as he can. Because when you look at his skill, he basically increases the highest attribute of all allied players commanders within an area of 1500 by 4, up to 6 stacks for 3 minutes. So basically, allied players, I think it's 4 allied players within the area of 1500 are all going to get buffed. So if you're using a Hannibal, you're using Mulan, you're using Lubu, you could potentially get this buff for 3 minutes, and you are getting a massive might increase, a massive just damage increase, which is just crazy to have on the open field. And again, you can just look at this at a base level, and to me, Ram Khamhaeng is just something special, and it honestly gets me excited to see what other heroes potentially could be coming out that can counter this or do a very similar role where they have a massive area, like a 1500 area, and they provide a different buff or a debuff to enemies, right? All this kind of interesting dynamics that could be coming to Age of Empires Mobile. And if you're wondering how to obtain Ram Khamhaeng, I do need to put a bad, massive sadness here. A bad sad, we'll put the puppy up, the sad puppy, why? Because the thing is, when you go to obtain him, he is a Mightiest Governor hero. And this does mean 2 things. He is either earned as a top 100 commander, or he's earned as a top 10 commander. And that is very scary, because if he's a top 100 commander, it's not that bad. Because even if you don't win and earn him in an MGE, as we've seen kind of in the past, Justinian was in the same place, but he did get added for low spenders and medium spenders. He could be bought through the daily deals, right? So you could pay $4.49 for the hero and unlock him over time, while the MGE guys basically got first picks, first runnings, and basically got to play with him first, right? Which is fair enough. And I hope Ram Khamhaeng falls in that same place. However, I do understand why, if he's a top 10 hero, why he's a top 10 hero. Because having so many of these Ram Khamhaengs on the open field is gonna be game-changing when it comes to open field combats. I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna be game-changing when it comes to who's gonna win in a wonder contest, when it comes to Mightiest Empire, you name it. It's gonna be, this is the defining factor. How many Rams are on the field? And that's how I personally feel. And I think Sneakyy might feel the same way. I'd love to see his comments down below on Ram Khamhaeng, the man, as I call him, Ram Khamhaeng, the man. But now let's talk about Octavian and Bushra. Let's not leave them out, because obviously they are important to the whole match. Octavian is a little bit of a damage dealer for you. So basically, he's going to deal some might damage to the target every 6 seconds, which is basically a turn-based skill. And then he's adding 1 stack of Supreme Mark every time your troop activates a signature turn-based skill or a signature secondary strike skill. When there's 8 stacks, your stacks will be consumed to increase your damage by, and obviously, a flat amount. So this is nice, because obviously you're going to be getting these turn-based skills, and once this goes off for 9 seconds, at least you're dealing some nice extra damage for Pikemen. And Pikemen like that because they're going to get swarmed, they're going to deal counter attack, right? And having an extra damage output means you're going to get more positive trades. When you look at his actual more skills, you have stuff like triple offense, which is a really powerful skill when you look at what you're able to do. You either deal damage to the enemy troop, right? Or you make them take extra damage, which is even crazier as an additional debuff. One of the best skills you can put easily. You got Kingsblade, again, increasing all your heroes' damage. So if you really want to go on a support buffer build, you can do that. But as well, you do have more orientations maybe down the line. If you don't have Ram Kham, maybe you unlock Octavian, because you can unlock Octavian through the legendary Advent Wheel. I will show that in a moment. And you could pair him with Julius Caesar, right? And if you're going for more damage build, the skills will look a little bit different. But I just wanted to kind of showcase, like, look, this hero isn't a bad hero at all, right? He's a damage-based hero. When you go to the Bushra, though, is your tank. She's basically going to keep this march alive. She's there to recover your troops. Like I say, apply the disarm effect. And when you go to the more skills of her, you've got Peaceful Haven, reducing your troop damage taken, really powerful damage reduction. You could go down the recovery route as well with Tenacity, but you also have access to Kingsblade as well. So you can increase all damage even further for your commanders. So I really do like the fact that you have a lot of versatility with this match, a lot of flexibility with the skill choices depending on the meta you have, and the overall power of Ram Kham with his support heroes. You can feel it. You can feel that this is what I would consider a true support buff match. This is what support matches should look like in Age of Empires Mobile. I'm going to be real with you, right? So just to finish things off with Octavian, like I just kind of want to prove, hit the obtain button. He is a legendary Advent hero. So if you are wondering about this formation, right, what you're able to do, we could go to Octavian, right, and jump out from here, go down to the heroes. So let's all the way down to the bottom ones. And if you guys want to look at all of these heroes, I did make a video, you probably checked it out already, which does showcase around 5 minutes footage of each hero with all of their skill levels, as well as their skill, like what their skill actually does, right? So I've done that for you guys. I know you guys want to know how to obtain most of them, so I'm going to kind of put that at the end of this video. So just wait for that if you can, right? But when it comes to Octavian, when you go to his formations, right, you do obviously get recommended this one. But if you're not able to obviously earn Ram Kham, you've got to think you could go for a Octavian, Julius Caesar, Bushra, Marshal Pikemen match. And that could be a potential out. It's a super heavy damage dealing match, but I think that could be viable, right? Because you got certain skills on Octavian that you're able to take, such as Savage, right? So if you go over here, you got Kingsblade, Whirlwind Sweep, Coordination, Triple Offense. With the Whirlwind Sweep, with Julius Caesar's Savage, right, it's going to actually put out a considerable amount of damage, right? So if you go over to these more skills again, you've got Savage here, which basically reduces the armor of the enemy with the highest armor. Really powerful ability there. So you can technically steroid up with Might if you wanted to with an Octavian Julius Caesar, but that's not what today's video is all about, right? Today's video, it was all about Ram Kham, Octavian, and Bushra. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that whole topic and discussion about it, and me talking about arguably my, I want to say one of my favorite matches, if not my favorite match. I might not even be able to obtain, but it is easily going to be one match that I see on that open field. It's going to make me smile. I'm going to get excited. And if you enjoyed this video and you want me to make, like I said, more, let me know, because I do have plans of doing stuff like this. I do have 2 more matches coming up, 2 more videos anyways. So check those out if you want. They're going to be more very important matches that you are going to be wanting to look out for, because they're either super high damage dealing, super interesting, or just really meta defining, I think, when it comes to what you're able to do. So with that, let's finish this video off. I'm going to cut it here and showcase how you can obtain some of the S2 plus heroes in the new season, right? So this is just a nice little addition, and if you've not checked out my video where I go through all of the skills, all of the star levels, check out the little timestamp up right now on the video. You can check out all that information. The only bit I missed out, which a lot of you guys were asking about, is obviously how to obtain them. And obviously, me being an idiot, didn't show that. So Yoda, actually I know how Yoda is. She's a legendary advent wheel. We've already gone through Octavian. He is a legendary advent wheel hero. When we go to Suleiman, or Suleiman, depending on where you pronounce him, he's also a legendary advent wheel hero. Go to Saladin, as you guys should know, he is a legendary advent wheel, because kind of did him on the live stream already. We go to Ram Khamhaeng. We know what Ram Khamhaeng is, MGE based hero, so that is for him. Ramses the second, to obtain him, mightiest governor as well, very powerful hero, should check out the video for him. Mansa Musa is actually through the legendary advent. We could have chosen him, but we chose not to because of one other hero on this list. But then there's Lubu that you're able to earn through the legendary advent as well. So again, if you're a warrior cavalry hero player, you've got some really good options there. This is Constantine. I'm not going to mention him because you guys should know that's a VIP exclusive hero. Going to Boudica now, and Boudica is a legendary advent hero. And final one is Bellevue, and you guys should know also a legendary advent wheel. So there's only obviously the two MGEs, which is going to be Ramses and Ram. So hopefully Ram is the top 100 and Ramses is the top 10. Who knows with that, right? But that is today's video concluded. We've talked about the Master Ram Marshal Pikemen support march, why it's my favorite march. I've just gone through how all of the different heroes are obtained on S2+. So with that said, smash a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And until the next one, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.